Hello guys, in the Quick Movies channel for movie summaries, do not forget to subscribe for more. Today we'll be talking about an action fantasy film called The Monkey King. Be ready for some spoilers ahead. When the world was first created, the gods ruled over all the realms on this planet. But the demons were not willing to accept being oppressed by the heavens for eternity. This eventually caused a great war to ensue, as numerous monsters rushed towards the heavens to overthrow the gods and creating chaos in the process, while being led by their fearsome leader, also known as the Ox King. The Jade Emperor sees this, and begins conjuring up all his powers, while the Ox King charges directly towards the deity, and attacking the opponent furiously, but the two seems to be equally matched. Very soon, the Jade Emperor is forced to transform into his final form, as he launches towards the sky while turning into a massive dragon in the process. The giant serpent roars furiously towards the demon, while charging forwards for the kill, as it bites onto the Ox King and pushing the man backwards with tremendous force. The demon tries to fight back immediately, but is proven to be no match for the deity's powers, as he gets mortally wounded by the Jade Emperor, who knocks him away like a rag doll, and slamming him onto the ground. Surprisingly, the Ox King manages to slowly get up, but the Emperor is able to paralyze him very easily. Just when the demon is about to be killed, his wife Fang rushes forwards and begs the deity in tears to spare her husband. It's quickly revealed that the woman is actually the Emperor's younger sister, and the god has no other choice but to spare the couple in mercy. However, the Jade Emperor cannot leave the intruders without punishment, and eventually decides to banish the demons towards the flaming mountains, and forbidding them from ever entering into the heavens. Very soon, a powerful goddess called Nuwa sees the terrible destruction that was left behind by the war, and decides to use all her powers to undo the numerous damages. This causes all the buildings to be reconstructed by the woman's magic, while the goddess also conjures up an impenetrable shield that covers the entire heaven, but also destroying her own body at the same time, and creating a mysterious purple crystal that flies over the sky, as it eventually lands onto the Flower Mountain. It's quickly revealed that the crystal is actually harboring a very special life, as it nurtures the entity inside, while the creature eventually becomes a monkey demon known as Wukong. At the same time, a powerful deity known as Puti is being visited by the goddess of mercy, who wants the old man to guide the monkey into a benevolent being, as the creature possesses tremendous power. The goddess eventually decides to launch her magic towards the Flower Mountains, before finally releasing the demon from the purple crystal. This allows Wukong to finally be free, as he rushes through the lands like a wild animal, and leaping over the mountains in joy. The demon quickly makes it towards a forest, where he sees a bunch of other monkeys just like himself, and decides to show off his skills by climbing onto the tallest tree. When Wukong eventually makes it onto the top, he notices a purple butterfly flying in the air, and jumps over immediately to grab the insect, but only to fall straight towards the bottom instead, while face planting right onto the ground. Luckily, the demon appears to be unharmed in any way, but quickly realizes that the butterfly has already died, while Puti quickly appears behind the monkey. The man tells Wukong that all actions have consequences, before using his magic to seemingly revive the butterfly, which causes the demon to cheer in amazement from the miracle he just witnessed. The monkey immediately begs the deity to teach him even more, as Puti quickly takes the demon towards the sky, and Wukong promises his friends that he will return very soon. The two eventually makes it towards a giant mountain, where the master introduces Wukong to all the other disciples, but the monkey clearly has trouble controlling himself and behaving appropriately. However, despite the demon's lack of manners, the monkey quickly proves to be a genius at learning magical powers, as he easily masters all the abilities taught by his master, and surpassing his classmates in a short time. This eventually causes jealousy amongst the demon's peers, while they insult the monkey as being nothing but a wild animal. The main character hears this and quickly begins attacking the students with anger, as he humiliates the people for mocking his appearance so callously. The students try to fight back as well, but they are clearly no match for the demon's magical powers, as Wukong transforms into a massive rhino, while hitting the bully where the sun don't shine, and taking away his dignity at the same time. The Monkey King eventually forces all the opponents to surrender, but very soon, Master Puti has arrived as well, and is very disappointed by the demon's undisciplined behavior. This causes the old man to take the monkey away, while the master uses his magic to send the demon inside a tunnel that's filled by chaos and flames, which quickly engulfs the main character in the process. Fortunately, this turns out to be only a dream, and the old man explains that this is the demon's fate if Wukong chooses to not change his ways. The master also tells the main character to leave the academy, as he has nothing more to teach the monkey anymore. The demon hears this and is greatly saddened by the man's decision, but decides to bow towards his master for a final time before leaving the secret mountains forever. At the same time, the demons inside the flaming mountains are scheming to eventually attack the heavens once again, as the Ox King is planning to build himself a powerful weapon to fight the Jade Emperor. However, the demon also requires the help of a deity known as Erlang, and planning to use the man's ambition to destroy the heavens from the inside. The Demon King eventually arrives in front of the deity to manipulate the general, as he promises to kill the Jade Emperor, so that Erlang can become the new ruler of the heaven. Surprisingly, the deity quickly accepts the offer, and promises to cause as much chaos as he can. Sometimes later inside the Flower Mountains, a giant golem has appeared to attack the monkeys, while causing the creatures to run desperately for their lives. Luckily, Wukong arrives just in time to protect his brothers, and shatters the enemy in the process, while warning the invaders to never come back again. The monkey sees this and quickly begins celebrating for their hero's return, while all electing the demon to become their king as well. Wukong promises the monkeys that he will always protect them, as he plans to acquire powerful weapons for his comrades, and jumping towards the bottom of the rivers to search for the legendary treasures. The main character eventually travels through the underwater tunnels, and arriving in front of a massive city, where he quickly makes it towards the palace of the Dragon King, and demands the people to give him weapons immediately. This greatly offends the old deity, as he orders the sea creatures to attack the monkey right away, and using their magic to trap the demon inside a bubble container. However, Wukong manages to easily break free, and starts grabbing all the treasures against the people's will, while taking the Dragon King's invincible armor as well, before swimming away from the building in victory. When the monkey eventually makes it out from the palace, he quickly notices a massive pole that's standing on the ocean floor. This causes Wukong to swim over towards the object immediately, as he becomes amazed by the sheer size of the gigantic device. The Dragon King sees this and tells the monkey to stop right away, as the massive pole is needed for holding the entire ocean in one piece, but the main character refuses to listen, and begins lifting the massive object away from the ground. Surprisingly, the monkey manages to lift the gigantic pole, while causing huge earthquakes. At the same time, the demon eventually transforms the object into a golden staff before taking the weapon and hiding it inside his ear. However, this has also caused a powerful whirlpool inside the water, which quickly destroys the entire palace as well, and almost killing the Dragon King. But Wukong manages to swim away from the ocean just in time. At the same time, the Ox King's wife has noticed that something is wrong, as she sees a gigantic tsunami coming towards her, and threatening to destroy all her people in the process. This gives the woman no other choice but to take out her weapon, as she jumps towards the incoming waves and eventually landing onto the lower floor, but has trouble using her powers due to her pregnancy. The Ox King quickly rushes over to help his wife, but sees that the massive flood has already made it inside the mountains, which causes the man to conjure up all his powers to try and stop the waves. Before the torrents can do any more damages, the couple launches their attacks towards the water and freezing the waves in the air, while the Ox King knocks down a gigantic mountain that completely blocks off the remaining water. Surprisingly, the couple's magic is able to save the mountains from being completely destroyed, while the Ox Demon wonders who created such terrible disaster, as he could use another powerful ally for his invasion against the heavens. Sometimes later, the Dragon King arrives towards the heavens to warn the gods about Wukong, as he tells Erlang that the vicious demon has destroyed everything from his home. The deity hears this and immediately orders his disciple Nija to apprehend the demon monkey, while the young man rides onto his flaming wheels and rushes towards the Flower Mountains. At the same time, numerous demons are forced to leave their homes after the terrible flood, but they quickly realize that something is wrong, as they're surrounded by countless monkeys from all sides. It turns out that they have entered into the Monkey King's territory, and Wukong demands to know why the demons are here. However, after learning that the people are homeless because of the gigantic flood he created, Wukong decides to let the demons stay, as he shows the fox girl the beautiful mountains that is now their home, while flying her across the night sky. The two eventually lands onto the ground, as the monkey demon promises to protect all her people from now on, while the sun appears to be rising from the far distance. As the two are enjoying the beautiful view, Wukong quickly realizes that something is wrong, and manages to escape just in time from a massive fireball. It's quickly revealed that Nijia has come to kill the Monkey King, as he shoots numerous fireballs towards the main character, and causing Wukong to run desperately for his life. However, the enemy eventually manages to hit the fox demon, and causing her tail to burn in flames. The monkey sees this and has no other choice but to drop the girl from his back, and causing her to fall inside the lake. This allows Wukong to finally fight the enemy on equal grounds, as he begins knocking away the fireballs towards the opponent. But the god appears to be very powerful as well, which causes them to fight continuously in the air while being equally matched. Realizing that the battle will not be won so easily, the fire god quickly takes out his secret weapon and throws it onto the demon, while binding the main character in place. This allows him to summon a powerful attack, and fires it directly towards the monkey. But just before Wukong is barbecued alive, he's quickly saved by the ox demon, who manages to repel the enemy at the same time, and freeing the main character from the bindings. They eventually make it back onto the ground, while the monkey goes to make sure that his friends are unharmed, before thanking the demon for saving his life, but also revealing to the Ox King that he was responsible for causing the giant flood. This makes the demon realize that he can use the monkey's powers to break the heavens shield, as he tells Wukong that the gods have much more to offer than what's inside the Flower Mountains, including the ability to never die. The monkey hears this and remembers his own fate to eventually perish, which causes him to rush towards the heavens immediately, and promising his friends to return very soon. The monkey demon eventually makes it towards the heavens gates, and sees a gigantic wall blocking his way, but decides to jump forwards immediately, which causes him to be surrounded by numerous crystals that are trapping him in place. Surprisingly, Wukong manages to quickly break free, which allows him to finally enter the Heaven's Palace. Very soon, the monkey begins flying towards the golden buildings, as he arrives inside the massive city that's floating on top of the clouds, and the demon is eventually able to find the castle for the king. While leaping directly towards the Jade Emperor, the demon demands the god to teach him the way to eternal life, but the emperor explains that immortality is only obtained through one's own experience, and not through the teachings of someone else. Very soon, the other gods have arrived here as well, which includes the main character's master, who begs the king to forgive the main character's reckless behaviors. Surprisingly, instead of punishing the demon, the emperor decides to make the monkey a citizen of the heavens, and giving him the position of watching over all the horses for the gods. The Monkey King takes on the title immediately while thinking that he'll be highly respected. As a result, not realizing that the emperor is only trying to keep him out of trouble by making him watch over all the animals. However, Wukong eventually becomes bored by his useless job, as he hates all the rules that he must follow. But things become even worse when Erlang has arrived inside the building. As he tries to make the monkey even more miserable, the god quickly takes out his whip and begins striking all the horses inside the building. But Wukong manages to stop the vicious man by whipping him with a tail, while eventually releasing all the animals from their captivity, and allowing them to run free. Very soon, all the horses are released towards the sky, while Wukong rides on top of them in happiness, and causing absolute chaos inside the heaven. The monkey eventually arrives towards a lush garden, where all the fairies are picking the fruits for their superiors, but the demon quickly goes inside the forest as well, and begins eating all the peaches like a hungry hippo. The fairy sees this and tries to stop the demon immediately, while mocking him for having the audacity of eating the priceless fruits, while only being a lowly horse keeper. Realizing that his position means nothing to the gods, the demon screams furiously in rage, while stunning all the fairies at the same time. The monkey eventually takes off his costume in sadness while giving it back to the people, as he refuses to be humiliated anymore, and decides to roam free like a true king as he soars through the endless clouds in the sky. Very soon, the demon manages to make it towards a building on the outskirts, and sees that a woman is collecting numerous divine energies for a gigantic stove. The goddess explains that she's trying to make a powerful elixir for the Jade Emperor, as it has the ability to give anyone tremendous power, but also tells the monkey that he's not allowed to go inside, before flying away towards the distance. This greatly intrigues the curious demon, as he goes towards the stove immediately to find out what's inside, not realizing that this was only a trap set up by Erlang. As the monkey goes closer towards the massive stove, a magical whip manages to grab onto the demon and begins pulling him back with tremendous force. It's quickly revealed that Master Pooty has arrived to stop his disciple, as he refuses to allow Wukong to cause any more trouble. Very soon, Erlang begins rushing towards the monkey alongside his soldiers, as they try to apprehend the demon immediately, but Wukong is eventually paralyzed by the magical rope, which allows the people to strike him continuously on the ground, while the vicious god continues mocking the main character. Things become even worse as Erlang takes out his whip, and begins striking the monkey as well, which causes Wukong to be knocked away onto the giant stove. The main character realizes that he cannot break free, but sees that the flames are capable of breaking the ropes, and decides to jump towards the fire, while his master shouts for him to stop. However, everything is already too late, as Wukong continues falling towards the bottom, while being consumed by the extreme temperatures inside the container, just like the vision that he saw from before. Surprisingly, despite the numerous attacks on the demon, Wukong refuses to die so easily, as the flames eventually begins breaking down the ropes, which allows the Monkey King to finally break free and covering him completely in fire. This allows the demon to begin consuming the elixir into his body, as he becomes even more powerful in the process, while causing bright lights to shine through the giant stove and eventually creating a massive explosion which allows him to escape the container. The monkey rushes towards Erlang immediately, and begins attacking the god from all sides, while completely overpowering the opponent at the same time. The enemy tries to fight back by using his weapon, but Wukong manages to counter the attacks immediately, and pushing Erlang backwards by a flurry of strikes, and eventually knocking the man away by using tremendous force, before teleporting away from the area. The monkey continues rushing through the clouds as he tries to go back to the Flower Mountains, but quickly realizes that something is wrong, as the place has been completely destroyed. This causes Wukong to charge towards his friends immediately, but only to see that all his family has already died. What's even worse, the main character quickly finds out that the fox girl has been murdered as well, which causes the demon to fall into great sadness, as he lies down beside his best friend in sorrow. Very soon, the ox demon eventually shows up, and claims that the heavenly soldiers were responsible for burning the mountains down, while showing the main character how the gods have killed the innocent people to punish the Monkey King. The demon hears this and becomes filled with tremendous rage, as he begins summoning a terrifying power, while transforming into his primal form, before launching towards the sky and causing the ox demon to laugh maniacally. The monkey demon quickly launches towards the heavens, and eventually reaching the gates towards the gods, which has been reinforced by 4 powerful champions. The soldiers notice the incoming intruder, and begins launching waves of energy blast towards the Monkey King, but Wukong is able to deflect the attacks with ease, while eventually striking the opponents using tremendous force, and throwing them away like nothing but insects. This allows the monkey demon to access the heavenly shield, as he quickly begins knocking the crystals away with great anger, not realizing that the ox demon is watching everything from below, and contemplating about his plan. It's quickly revealed that the heavenly soldiers were actually demons in disguise, who were working for the Ox King, as he wanted to manipulate the monkey to attack the heavens, and break through the impenetrable shield. The ox demon eventually grabbed onto the fox girl, and apologized for what he must do, before killing the woman in cold blood to motivate the main character's rage. Very soon, the Monkey King manages to completely destroy the heavenly shield, while causing a huge explosion in the process, as all the heavenly soldiers begin lining up in their formations, as they prepare to fight the intruder as well. The monkey demon quickly charges towards the countless warriors while striking them continuously, before summoning numerous clones of himself that completely overpowers all the soldiers. In the process, as all the clones have the same powers like the Monkey King. The demon eventually makes it towards the inner city, as he sees even more enemies in the way, which causes Wukong to shake violently, while summoning thousands of copies to fight the heavenly army. The countless monkeys quickly crash towards the soldiers while overpowering the gods by their sheer numbers, and destroying all the buildings in the process, as they cause terrible damage towards the heavens. At the same time, the Ox Demon begins summoning his new weapon towards the sky, before launching towards the heavens to fight against the gods, while the Monkey King continues destroying the armies in fury. Very soon, the Jade Emperor is forced to transform into his true form, as he begins attacking the Monkey King furiously and pushing Wukong backwards, while the Ox Demon has arrived as well, and starts conjuring up his powers to completely decimate the heavenly soldiers by turning them into nothing but dust. The Old Master eventually arrives towards the battlefield as well, as he tries to stop this chaos from continuing further, but is quickly grabbed onto by the Ox King, who begins strangling the old man to his death. The Monkey Demon sees that his master is being killed, and immediately realizes that he was betrayed, as the Ox King is the true culprit behind the catastrophe. This causes the monkey to scream in rage, but is quickly knocked away towards the distance. As the Jade Emperor prepares to fight against the Ox Demon as well, the two powerful beings begin charging towards each other, as they battle furiously in the sky. But the Ox Demon quickly gains the advantage by using his new weapon, which allows him to strike the dragon continuously, before eventually knocking out the Emperor in the process, and securing his victory against the heavens. Very soon, the Monkey King finally manages to recover, and sees that the gods have been defeated, while Erlang charges directly towards the Emperor for the kill. Luckily, Wukong is able to interfere immediately, before knocking away the vicious godlike a ragdoll, as Erlang crashes towards the nearby building. However, the god quickly sees that the Ox King has no intention of letting him rule the heavens, as the demon plans on taking the throne right away. This causes Erlang to become furious, but the god is no match for the demon's power, as he quickly gets defeated and consumed by the evil auras. Before the Ox King can savor his victory, he begins feeling an earthquake from underneath, as Wukong launches out from the ground to fight the treacherous demon, who manages to retaliate immediately by striking the Monkey King while causing a massive explosion in the process. Luckily, the main character manages to fight back, while forcing the enemy to escape towards the sky, as the Monkey King begins chasing the Ox Demon furiously from behind. Very soon, Wukong is able to catch up, as they start exchanging powerful blows in the process, but the enemy quickly gains the advantage by taking away the golden staff, while striking the monkey right on the head. This causes the main character to begin having a vision, as he sees the goddess of mercy materializing in front of his eyes. The woman congratulates the demon for finally understanding what it means to lose the people he loves, which is why he has awakened a great power that's even stronger than he can ever imagine. The goddess eventually pours her magical water towards the monkey, and transforming the main character at the same time, which quickly allows him to stop the attacks from his enemy. This allows the monkey to quickly gain the upper hand, as he overpowers the Ox King while taking back his golden staff, and knocking the enemy towards the distance. However, the Ox Demon refuses to be defeated so easily, while charging forwards and continuing the furious battle with the monkey. But the main character is clearly more powerful, as he strikes the treacherous demon continuously. This greatly angers the Ox Demon, as he transforms into a gigantic monster, and begins attacking the Monkey King ferociously, while knocking away the main character like a flying insect. Luckily, Wukong manages to retaliate immediately, while transforming into his true form as well, and roaring furiously towards the enemy. The two charges towards each other right away, but Wukong quickly gains the upper hand, as he throws the Ox Demon towards the buildings and crashing onto the walls. However, the enemy refuses to give up and crashes onto the monkey with tremendous force, while pushing the main character through numerous buildings. Fortunately, Wukong quickly regains his balance while grabbing onto the opponent, before throwing the enemy away from the heavens, and causing the Ox Demon to crash onto the human world. The main character stares at his enemy in victory, before returning back to his normal form, while the Jade Emperor has regained consciousness as well, but the heaven has been completely destroyed once again. The monkey goes towards the emperor and apologizes for what he did, but before their conversation can continue, the main character is quickly transported to another dimension, where a giant Buddha appears right in front of his eyes. The gigantic god tells Wukong that his fate is now sealed for a greater purpose, as he must complete a vital mission to redeem himself, before slamming a massive palm onto the demon. It's quickly revealed that the monkey demon will have to protect a holy monk on his mission, and taking on an extremely difficult journey. At the same time, the Ox King is revealed to have survived the battle as well, and is finally together with his family. However, the demon is punished to become a livestock for the rest of his life, but his wife promises to always look after her husband alongside their only child. So what do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.